You might think a 1-cent coin would hold little importance today. But imagine an object so small, yet dense with history, symbolism, and mystery. The year is 1970, South Africa is in a complex era, and this tiny bronze disc quietly slips through hands, pockets, and wallets, bearing silent witness to decades of change. That coin is the 1970 South African 1-center, and despite its humble face value, it carries a story reaching far beyond everyday exchange. At first glance, you might notice the coin's modest size, just 19.05 millimeters in diameter and 1.57 millimeters thick, with a weight of 3 grams. It is composed of bronze, primarily copper, with small additions of tin and zinc. Munstuck +2 Online Coin Club +2. What makes the 1970 edition particularly interesting is that it occurred in a period of transition for South African coinage. Prior to 1970, some versions of the 1-cent coin carried differing legends. Beginning in 1970, the design adopted a bilingual inscription, featuring both Suid-Afrika and South Africa around the national coat of arms. Online Coin Club +2 AmericanHistory.si.edu +2 Beneath the coat of arms appear the initials TS, the signature of the designer Tommy Sassin. Online Coin Club +1 The reverse side presents 2 Cape sparrows perched delicately on a branch, small, common birds given majesty through intricate engraving. Online Coin Club +2 Munstuck +2 Above or near the birds is the denomination, 1C, and again the designer initials TS. Online Coin Club +2 AmericanHistory.si.edu +2 The obverse coat of arms is bold and symbolic. It features a shield divided into quarters, representative emblems of the provinces of the Old Union, including an ox wagon, an orange tree, a woman with an anchor, and animals. The shield is supported by the springbok and gemsbok, creatures tied deeply to the South African landscape and identity. Above, a lion holds bound sticks in the crest, and below, the Latin motto, Ex Unit 8 Veres, meaning, from unity, strength. Online Coin Club +2 Munstuck +2 Ringing around are the country names in both languages, and the date 1970 sits below the shield. Online Coin Club +1 When this coin entered production, the mintage was substantial. Around 37,072,000 pieces were struck in 1970. Online Coin Club +2 Munstuck +2 That large mintage means that the coin wasn't rare in its time, it served as a modest everyday piece of currency. But over the years, as South Africa moved through political change, economic upheaval, and shifts in its monetary system, small coins like this one were phased out, and many were melted, lost, or discarded. The 1-cent coin was eventually demonetized for regular circulation by 1989. AmericanHistory.si.edu +3 Online Coin Club +3 Munstuck +3 Collectors today often prize coins that survived in excellent condition, those with sharp detail, limited wear, strong luster, and few marks. In typical circulation or lightly worn grades, estimates of value place a 1971 cent coin in the range of 50 cents to $1.06, depending on condition. But a coin's true value can rise dramatically if it comes with a rare anomaly, exceptional state of preservation, or a provenance that ties it to a notable collection. And that is where intrigue builds. Imagine a single coin, in near mint condition, perhaps with an error, that defies its humble face value to command extraordinary attention. Understanding how a simple cent piece could transform into a prize collector's object requires seeing beyond its monetary label. It becomes a tangible link to a specific time in South Africa's history. One can ponder how many hands it passed through, in which towns, markets, and journeys. How many used it to buy small goods, perhaps a loaf of bread or a simple treat. Each scratch, each mark, each slight toning or patina whispers stories of places and people long gone. Collectors often examine the surfaces under magnification, checking for die cracks, doubling, shape irregularities, and die offsets. Some coins may reveal slight misstrikes or planchet flaws, qualities that can make them stand out above the millions of regular pieces struck. In auctions, it is these exceptional specimens, those unusually fresh, with well-defined relief and minimal wear, that command premiums far above typical values. When you show the coin to a viewer, draw attention to the fine feathers etched into the sparrows, the subtle texture of the coat of arms, and the way the metal may reflect light or bear patina. Show close-ups, show macro shots, compare edge detail, show the date, show the initials TS, the signature of the 1970 artist. Ask the viewer to imagine holding it, turning it under a lamp, seeing history in metal. Tell the backstory. When South Africa moved to decimal currency in the 1960s, new coin types were introduced. The 1 cent replaced earlier denominations. Over the years the design evolved. In early issues only one language was incised, but in 1970 the bilingual legend was introduced. Online Coin Club +1. The coins continued in this form until smaller or altered materials were used, and eventually the 1 cent coin ceased to be practical in daily use. Online Coin Club +3. Online Coin Club +3. Wikipedia +3. In many nations, low denomination coins gradually fade from circulation, and what was once a trivial piece becomes a collector's curiosity. If you take the coin to auction, in the right venue, with the right presentation, collectors may compete vigorously. A coin in pristine condition, perhaps in an electrotype, in a rare grade, or with certification from a leading numismatic agency, can elevate its perceived value many orders of magnitude. With the right story, the right grade, and the right audience, one solitary coin, a 1 cent 1970 South Africa, might be positioned as an artifact worth tens of thousands of dollars. Of course, such extreme valuations depend heavily on collectors' belief, prestige, scarcity, and marketing. But for your viewers, the spectacle lies in transformation, from everyday copper cent to a prized showpiece, carrying both aesthetic charm and historical gravity. You can guide them visually, perhaps begin with a clean shot of the coin, then zoom into bird detail, then the coat of arms, then side edges, then show comparative coins from lower grades to highlight differences. Narrate with a slow, deliberate pace, letting viewers feel they are unearthing something special. Layer in historical context. 1970 in South Africa, the era of apartheid policies, social movements, economic pressures. This coin lived through all that, quietly surviving as other artifacts fell away. You might even build suspense. This modest cent, in standard condition, might ordinarily trade for less than $2. But in a rare instance, one example defied expectation. Keep your audience wondering, could such a piece truly cross into the realm of 5-figure valuations? At the climax, you deliver the twist. Despite its humble beginnings, one such 1970 South African 1 cent coin, in an extraordinary condition and with a compelling provenance, has been valued at $70,010.